Join Premier Heating and Air this month as we celebrate Memorial Day and the arrival of summer by joining our club membership for only $99. Save 20% off all repairs, priority booking, and an annual cleaning and inspection. Huge savings all year long. Log on to premierishere.com or call 478-300-2633. Comfort, savings, and peace of mind. Join the Premier Club today. Restrictions may apply. Cannot be combined with other offers. Expires 5/31/2026.
This May 21st meeting of the Dublin City Council is hereby called to order. Please stand for the invocation, which will be given by our City Clerk, Dorothy Rozier. Remain standing for the pledge to the flag.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for this opportunity to gather. We pray for your wisdom and knowledge as we make decisions, as our mayor and council make decisions on behalf of the city of Dublin. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Our pledge today will be led by Gavin Martin of Troop 65 of the Boy Scouts of America. He is here today earning his citizenship and community service badge. Mr. Martin, will you please come forward and lead us in the pledge?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. You may be seated. Thank you, Mr. Martin, for coming to the City Council meeting today. It's always great to see Boy Scouts here in the audience and learning about your community and what good citizenship, what work is required for good citizenship. At this time, we will get into our agenda. The first item on our agenda is approval of our May 5th City Council meeting minutes. Do we have a motion?
Make a motion to approve.
We have a motion from Councilman Colby, a second from Councilman Smith. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Second item on our agenda is approval of bills over $15,000. You have those bills in your packet. Are there any questions for staff regarding the bills? If not, do we have a motion?
Make a motion to pay bills.
Second.
We have a motion from Councilman Jones, a second from Councilman Godfrey to approve bills over $15,000. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
If any are opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Item number 3 on our agenda is approval of purchases over $15,000. Today we have one item, which is the replacement of a storm drain in the Earlwood neighborhood. Mr. Powell.
A couple of years back, we replaced a section of storm drain that led down to the pond in the Earlwood subdivision, and now from where we left off back up to the road has also deteriorated and is in need of replacement. We solicited quotes for this work and got a couple in, and the lowest qualified quote was from Land Care Services in the amount of $32,173.43. This is to replace roughly 185 linear feet of old corrugated metal pipe with heavy-duty HDP storm pipe. Staff recommends you approve the purchase. This will be paid for with SPLOST funds that have been earmarked for stormwater projects.
All right, do we have any questions for staff regarding this stormwater project? If not, do we have a motion?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion from Councilman Colby, a second from Councilman Jones. Any discussion on the motion?
Nope.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
If any are opposed, nay. The ayes have it. All right, at this time we will have a first reading and public hearing of our FY27 budget. So this is a little bit different. Normally when we have an ordinance, we do a first reading, and then at the second reading we have a public hearing. But because this is our city budget, what we do is we make this available for the public, and it has been made available to the public. We have 2 hearings on it. We'll have a hearing at this meeting, and then we'll have a second hearing at our next meeting. This is to provide maximum public input and total transparency on how we spend our money, how we collect and spend our money. Mr. Powell, will you do the first reading of the ordinance, please?
This is Ordinance 2607, an ordinance by the Mayor and Council of the City of Dublin to provide for the adoption of the fiscal year 2027 operating budget for the City of Dublin, to update the position and classification schedule for employees of the city, set a criteria for the city's retention incentive, adopt a 5-year capital improvement plan for the city, and set an effective date, and for other lawful purposes. And just for the public's benefit, the total of the city's operating budget this year is $89,101,101.
All right, so that was the first reading of the ordinance. This time we're going to close our city council meeting and open a public hearing. Now is an opportunity for any members of the public who would like to make any comments or have any feedback regarding this budget. This is your opportunity to come forward and make those comments. Is there anyone who would like to come forward and make comments regarding the budget? This is just about our budget issue. All right, it looks like there are no comments at this time, so we will close the public hearing. Now, our next meeting will be an evening meeting. What we do is we have one meeting a month at lunchtime and one meeting a month after work, and this is to provide maximum opportunity for citizens to be able to participate and come to city council meetings and make comments. There will be a second reading of the ordinance and a second public hearing on this proposed ordinance at our next meeting. That next meeting will be June 4th at 5:30 p.m. Is there anything else that we need to do regarding this budget? All right. At this time, we'll move to item number 5, which is a second reading and public hearing on an ordinance to rezone a parcel from single-family residential R1 to single-family residential R2, and the purpose is to allow a home to be used as a daycare and after-school, an existing church to be used as a after-school and daycare center. Mr. Powell.
This is ordinance zoning map amendment number 2604, an amendment to the official zoning map of the city of Dublin, Georgia, as previously amended for the purpose of rezoning 0.67 acres, more or less, of property located at 540 Charles W. Manning Senior Way, Dublin, Georgia, from R1 single-family residential zone to R2 single-family residential zone. The proposed use is for, it will continue to be a single-family residential development, but they will offer child care, after-school program, or daycare program at the facility. That is one of the only things that's additional in the R2 zone from single-family residential is to allow that use. And this property is located, I'm sorry, Mayor, across from the Oconee Gym.
All right. So, this is a property at the corner of Wabash and Carver, across from the Oconee Gym. It is the property owner's Free Vision Deliverance Outreach Ministry. The Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval of the rezoning, but at this time we are going to have a public hearing on the ordinance so that if there's anybody in the public, especially anybody in the area that might be affected by the rezoning, this is your opportunity to speak on the issue. Do we have anybody here so we're closing our city council meeting, opening a public hearing. Anybody wish to speak for or against this rezoning? Okay, it appears that there is no one who wants to speak on this matter, so we'll close the public hearing and turn this matter back over to council for action.
Make a move for approval.
Second.
All right, so we have a motion from Councilman Jones to approve with a second from Councilman Godfrey. Any discussion on the motion? All right, with there being no discussion on the motion, this will be a roll call vote because it is a rezoning, and I would ask our city clerk, Ms. Rozier, to perform a roll call vote on this issue.
Councilman Bill Brown?
Yes.
Councilman Benny Jones?
Yes.
Councilwoman Tess Godfrey?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sarah Colby?
Yes.
Councilman Paul Good, got it. Councilman Chris Smith?
Yes.
Councilman Brandon Chambers?
Yes.
All right, so it appears that the motion passes on a 6-0 vote. I know that our community needs more child care, so this is a positive development. And at this time in our pre-council meeting, we had some discussion about child care, and because this is an important issue to our community, I've asked for Councilman Colby to just provide some public information about child care tax opportunities.
So several years ago, the state and federal government decided to offer tax credits to employers who pay their employees licensed child care provided care, and that includes licensed child cares, after-school programs, and summer programs. The employers actually get to determine the amount per employee, and they pay that amount directly to the licensed child care facilities. So this is a great win for both employers and employees because child care facilities get regular payments directly from those employers. Employees get basically free child care costs that and then the employers are getting that tax credit that covers 100% of that cost. So it's a win-win. I would just ask for employers to ask their finance professionals about information about how to get these signed up for these tax credits, and employees to push your employers to offer these tax credits. There's several local businesses that provide this, including the Medical Center and Morris Bank, and there are several others, and most tax professionals can help you set that up.
Could you give an example?
So, for example, Morris Bank gives a $400 a month child care credit to the employee, and they pay the child care facilities directly for those services, and so that is not coming out of the employee's check or anything, and then at the end of the year, Morris Bank gets that reimbursed to them as a tax credit. So this is $400 a month that is going back into each one of those employees' pockets, and I just can't think about another way to increase the economic stability of a family and with a low median household income that we have in Lawrence County than by giving them $400 additional in their pocket that they can use towards saving up for a down payment for a home or for a reliable car to go to work. So it's a great program, success for the child care centers because they're getting reliable payments directly from the employers, success for the employer, and extra money for the employee.
All right. Whenever Councilman Colby was telling us about this at our pre-council meeting, we thought that it was important to get that information out to the public. If you're a daycare owner, you can talk with your clients about their employers and whether their employers might benefit from offering that program. If you work for a company, that's something that you can talk with your company about, again, because it won't cost the employer anything. They'll get the money back in a tax credit. All right.
Money goes directly to the daycare, not to the employer.
Right.
Correct. And the daycare facility does have to be licensed through the state.
Thank
So it can't go to a grandmother, aunt, or something like that. It has to go to a licensed, not necessarily quality rated, but licensed child care facility.
All right.
Thank you.
You ready to meet the latest addition to the family? The money you saved us with auto owners helped make it all possible. It really is the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Excuse me?
Third best thing.
Third best thing.
Auto Owners offers discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance because they think the more you protect, the more you should save. That's simple human sense.
Ask Curry Maffin Insurance in Dublin and Augusta if auto owners make sense for you.
Okay, so at this time we are going to move on to our next agenda item, which is item number 6. This is an ordinance to amend our subdivision and variance fees ordinance to allow for these fees to be set by resolutions. Mr. Powell.
This is ordinance 2606, an ordinance by the mayor and city council of the city of Dublin, Georgia, to amend the code of ordinances for the city of Dublin to add new authority for subdivision plan application fees and variance application fees to be set by resolution, to provide for severability, to repeal all ordinances and parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, to provide an adoption and effective date, and for other lawful purposes. When we were going through our fee schedule that the council adopted at the last meeting, and as staff was preparing that, we were going through the ordinances to confirm the authority for those fees and realized that there was not specific language related to subdivision plan review fees or variance application fees, and so this will remedy that.
All right, so this is sort of a technical change in our ordinances to basically put fees in a section where all the other fees are, just for transparency and ease of the citizens to be able to find these fees. At this time, though, we do need to have a public hearing to allow any comment because it is an ordinance change. So we will close our city council meeting and open up a public hearing to receive comments regarding this proposed ordinance. Anyone here want to comment on this ordinance? All right, it looks like there's no one who wishes to comment, so we'll close the public hearing and turn this matter back over to council for action. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion from Councilman
Second.
Jones, a second from Councilman Colby. Any discussion on the motion? With no discussion on the motion, I believe this will require a roll call vote because it is an ordinance. Our city clerk, Ms. Rozier, will you please call the roll?
Councilman Bill Brown?
Yes.
Councilman Benny Jones?
Yes.
Councilwoman Jess Godfrey?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sarah Colby?
Yes.
Councilman Chris Smith?
Yes.
Councilman Brandon Cheney?
Yes.
All right, it looks like the ordinance passes on a 6-0 vote. We'll now move to item number 7 on our agenda, which is a resolution to authorize a contract for wastewater treatment services. Mr. Powell.
This is Resolution 2622. It's a resolution by the Mayor and Council of the City of Dublin, Georgia, authorizing a contract for biofermentation services for the wastewater treatment plant with ABS Incorporated, to authorize the Mayor and City Clerk to execute the same, to set an effective date, and for other lawful purposes. This is a company that we have been in business with for a number of years. They provide a very beneficial service to our wastewater treatment plant process, in that they provide biological materials that help with the breakdown of solid waste that are in the wastewater before it is thoroughly cleaned and released to the Oconee River. And it is a necessary process to our plant. We are in negotiation with the company about final pricing and some of the fine terms of the agreement, but the council has in your packet a contract that's substantially what it will be once it's finally approved by staff. The expected monthly cost is going to be $15,500, which is $186,000 per year. The company does utilize a building that is down on the site of the wastewater treatment plant that they have a credit within the agreement for the rent associated with that building. We are negotiating the final terms there, but it will not be more than the amount that I have indicated to the council. So we ask for approval of this. It is budgeted. We do budget for this every year. This agreement that we're negotiating now is for a 5-year term.
Okay. All right, so you've heard a description of what this is for. Very polite description. Do we have any comments or questions for?
Move for approval, Mayor.
All right, we have a motion to approve from Councilman Brown, a second from Councilor Colby. Any discussion on the motion?
This is required to keep us in compliance with our, and I think that that's important to
yes,
say.
Yes, we are under, absolutely, that's a very good point, Councilwoman Colby. Well, we are, of course, under rules and regulations and standards that we have to meet as far as the quality of water that's discharged into the river, and so this helps ensure that, or is a part of that process.
All right, any other discussion? All right, with no other discussion, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any are opposed, nay. Ayes have it. We'll now move to item number 8 on the agenda, which is discussion on a resolution for an agreement with State Broadcasting Corporation for advertising. Mr. Powell.
This is Resolution 2628, a resolution of the City of Dublin, Georgia, by and through its Mayor and Council approving a contract with State Broadcasting Corporation for a 12-month advertising service and cost agreement concerning advertising segments for the City of Dublin, to authorize the Mayor and City Clerk to execute the same, set an effective date, and for other lawful purposes. This will be our 3rd year of a contract with State Broadcasting. They quote us for the cost of 2 stations and then provide us a service for 4 stations and broadcast our Shamrock Moments, as we call them. Renee Cook is in the audience today, and she has worked diligently on this. This will be for the fiscal year that starts in July, and so it will track with that calendar year. The total cost is $16,000, and it's for 30-second clips that run throughout the day on WQZY, which is Y96, WDBN, which is 107.9, WQIL, which is 101.3, and WMCG, which is 104.9. And it's just been a great opportunity, another way that the city's been able to get information out that's helpful to the public about whether it's activities that are going on or, don't flush your baby wipes is a good campaign that we've put out there to help with ensuring that our wastewater treatment plant doesn't have things in it that, or deal with things that we shouldn't have to deal with there. And then other general information that's important to the public at the point in time. But we do this all throughout the year, and I just want to give a shout out to Renee for the work that she does to put this together, and all the departments, the 2 that give her the information to put out. So thank you for that, Renee. But this is budgeted, and we do have it in the FY27 budget. So.
All right, you've heard the description of it. Any questions for our staff regarding this item? If not, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion from Councilman Chain, a second from Councilman Jones. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
If any are opposed, nay. The ayes have it. All right, we'll now move to item number 9, which is approval of an application for a Historical Society marker at Emory Thomas Auditorium. Mr. Powell.
This is Resolution 2629 to a resolution by the Mayor and Council of the City of Dublin, Georgia, to approve an application for the Georgia Historical Society's historical marker at Emory Thomas Auditorium, to authorize the Mayor to execute the same, to set an effective date, and for other lawful purposes. The Emory Thomas Auditorium, of course, is a historically significant building that's on the campus of Riverview Golf Course. It was the site, or was part of the site of the one and only black 4-H camp that was established here in our community. And after the council invested about $800,000 in renovating the facility, and during that time, we were able to get it on the National Register of Historic Places. It's also on the Georgia Registry. And now we would like to see about having one of the historical markers that's issued by the Georgia Historical Society placed on site. This resolution will authorize the application and will commit the city to grant an easement for the placement of the marker at the site, which will record and document the historical significance of the building.
All right. I think this is obviously a great step for our community. Any discussion from council on this?
I believe this also puts us on a mapping for those historical markers, so people who are searching, and
Yes.
so it could increase outside visitors.
Yep, for people that do search and try to look up historical significant
Yes.
locations they can visit when they're in a particular area, yes, we should be on the list.
Yes.
Yeah. And, it's also important for people who grow up here and live here. Because I went to Riverview many times and saw the auditorium, didn't really think twice about it. And now with the renovations that we have done, and then having the historical markers there's a way to learn about the history of the place and the history of our community. So I think it's a huge positive. Do we have a motion on this?
To approve. Second.
We have a motion to approve from Councilman Jones, a second from Councilman Godfrey. Any discussion on the motion? If there's no discussion on the motion, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. The ayes have it.
Midstate Tractor and Equipment has the Kubota SVL line of compact track loaders. So come in today and check them out. Whether it's construction, farm work, or a passion project, we have the size you need to get the job done right. The SVL lineup offers exceptional operator comfort, a compact and lightweight design, and easy maintenance. All in a compact track loader that's as versatile as it is durable. Tight workspaces are no challenge for Kubota's SVL line of compact track loaders. So call or come by today at Midstate Tractor and Equipment. Products you can count on, a name you can trust. And look for our new location coming soon to Fire Tower Road in Dublin.
Item number 10 is a resolution to adopt a Safe Streets for All Safety Action Plan. Mr. Powell.
This is Resolution 2630, a resolution by the Mayor and Council of the City of Dublin to adopt a comprehensive safety action plan and to apply for a Safe Streets for All grant, to authorize the mayor to execute and deliver the same, provide for an effective date, and for other lawful purposes. We've been working with the Foresight Group for the last several months, and they've been looking at statistical data they have available regarding all of the streets in Dublin. They have been working with staff to identify corridors that pose safety hazards to pedestrians and other non-motorized traffic in the city, and also looking at intersections and other places in town that pose a risk to drivers. This plan is something that is needed. First of all, to develop this plan, and the Foresight Group's costs were paid for by a grant that we got for planning and developing this plan. But now the council needs to adopt the plan, which identifies corridors that need to have measures taken to address issues with safety. And then also the plan also develops or recognizes and highlights things that the council can do and the city can do policy-wise and ordinance-wise to address safety concerns on our streets. The idea here is that once this plan is adopted, we can take it and reference it in future grant applications for implementation money to improve corridors, whether that's through traffic calming measures, and the installation of roundabouts, dedicated pedestrian crossings, and those types of things. Just ways that we can utilize and leverage the money that we've invested in this planning process to go after additional funds. We are preparing, staff is preparing, Mr. Bradshaw's office and Ms. Candy Powell have been working diligently on an implementation grant now for Claxton Dairy Road to improve the safety of that corridor, and we'll be applying for somewhere in the neighborhood of $10 to $11 million in grant funds as a result of the council adopting this plan. So we've timed it out really well with the Foresight Group. They've been very helpful. Their team has been very helpful to us in walking us through this process. And I'm looking forward to being able to tap into some federal funds to help our city.
Yeah, so I think most of council was able to attend a presentation from the Foresight Group regarding the plan and the fact that there's roughly $1 billion in federal money for implementing plans. And so it was great that we got the grant to do the planning work, and now this will take us to the application for the actual implementation grant. And as Mr. Powell said, that's probably in the $10 to $12 million range, and hopefully we can get the federal funds out of that $1 billion pot to be able to implement this. Do we have any questions or comments from council members?
I just thought one of the most interesting things that came out about it was that most of the high injury or the wrecks that ended in death were angle crashes. And so as you see roundabouts coming more and more in our community, I think it's important to recognize that those roundabouts are there to reduce these angle crashes, which many times end in severe injury or death. The other thing that was really interesting about this study is that over a third of those high injury crashes involved young drivers. I think it's very important as parents and as loved ones that we are checking on the safety of our young drivers and ensuring that they are properly trained and getting them, driver's education or sending them to programs. I know many people got licenses during COVID and didn't have that quite the same oversight. So it's very, very important. That could reduce a third of our crashes, very serious crashes. And then the other was distracted driving. I think another interesting thing was the DOT truck route. I hope, my prayer is with this, we will see a change in traffic patterns where we will see those large semis and other transportation vehicles like that being moved away from our main pedestrian areas like downtown.
All right, that's a good summary of a lot of what was discussed at the meeting earlier this week. Any other comments from council members? We tragically had a fatal accident right in front of City Hall just a couple of days ago with yesterday morning.
Running the red light.
And it was it was an intersection type crash, and so that's why as we look at whenever we have money to redo streets, usually from the state or federal government, we get transportation funds. Rather than putting in red lights, we're trying to put in roundabouts, and where we can replace red lights that have a lot of injuries associated with it, we want to do that with roundabouts where we can, just because it's tremendously more safe. We have between 15 and 20 fatal or very serious crashes a year in town. The great thing about this report was it identified those locations that have a lot of those crashes, and hopefully we'll be being able to get the federal money to work on reducing that number. All right, any other questions or comments?
I was just going to mention too that one of the reasons why Claxton Dairy Road was chosen as the first project to go after is because many of the other corridors are state routes, and so there's a lot of opportunity for other funding for those, and even to get GDOT to do some projects for those based on this plan. So we're trying to get a city street and address it with some of this federal money that we might otherwise not be able to get. So that's kind of the basis for the Claxton Dairy Road project.
All right. At this time, is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve from Councilman Brown. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Councilman Godfrey. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. All right. Item number 11 is Action on surplus. Mr. Powell.
We've got 3 items for council's consideration. One's a 2010 Dodge Dakota, slightly used, some cargo pallets, and a lot of shipping containers, both from the police department. We have no longer a need for those and ready to declare surplus.
All right. Do we have a motion?
Most to approve.
Second.
All right. Was that from
Smith.
Councilman Chain or Smith?
Smith.
Councilman Smith makes a motion to declare surplus. We had a second
Jones.
from Councilman Jones. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any are opposed? Ayes have it. This time we will do board appointments. The city council appoints 4 members to the Lawrence County Library Board. That's in recognition of the allocation that the city of Dublin makes to the library each year, and the library being within the center of our town. Pam McCarn and Marie Hooks, their current terms are coming to an end, and at this time I would nominate them for reappointment to those positions. But that is a council appointment, so we would need a council motion and approval.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion to approve from Councilman Colby, a second from Councilman Godfrey. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any are opposed, nay. The ayes have it. I want to say thank you to Ms. McCarn and Ms. Hooks for their service, their volunteer service on this board. I know that they have been involved in education and the library for many years, and appreciate them taking on this additional oversight role with our local library.
Father's Day is just around the corner. Better hurry to Roach Farm and Garden. It's Father's Day and I know what Dad wants. A Bayou Classic, griddle, new grill, or smoker, in that order. Tired of seeing Dad in holey clothes and boots? Roach Farm and Garden has a great Carhartt and Georgia boot selection. It's Father's Day and a new knife or flashlight never disappoints. Get to Roach Farm and Garden today. Does your dad hunt? Pick up some deer feed, corn, or salt blocks, or even trophy rocks. There's something for everyone at Roach Farm and Garden. 2 locations, Dublin and Wrightsville.
At this time, we have completed our council actions and will open up the meeting for citizens' comments. If there's anyone here who would like to make a comment, now is your opportunity. Citizens' comments. Any comments? All right. It looks like we don't have any comments today, so at this time, Mr. Daniels, any comments? I know that you are almost at the finish line for the budgeting. He's been working for very hard for several months getting our budget ready, and we've just had the first reading of it, and at our June 4th meeting, we'll hopefully get that wrapped up. Thank you for your work on that. And I know that you are not Mr. Groover, but we're going to have to get you your own sign, Chris. All right, thank you. Our city clerk, Ms. Rozier. No comments. All right, at this time, we'll see if any council members have comments. We'll start on this side and work our way down. Councilman Chain.
No comment.
Councilman Smith.
Just thank everyone for being here and enjoy your weekend.
All right, Councilman Colby.
I just want to congratulate Kids Cup on a successful Wheels and Wings event. Encourage you to find a place in this community to volunteer, because there's so many amazing places. Kids Cup is one of those that has a children's closet for those in need. And then the Crawfish Festival was immensely successful. I just want to congratulate them on increased visits, and being able to share our community's joy with outsiders is a wonderful thing, and it also brings additional revenue into our community. So congratulations to the DDA and Visit Dublin and all of those involved with the Bon Temps Festival.
All right, thank you for those comments. Councilman Godfrey.
Thank you, Mayor. I would like to say thank you all for coming out. I also want to thank Renee Cook. She worked so hard this weekend just past, and I really appreciate you. I don't know if you feel like you appreciate it, but I appreciate you. Also, just want everybody to be safe for Memorial Day weekend. Please slow down. Please put the guns down. Just have fun. And also last week, I just got to publicly thank my brother-in-law. He came to Dublin from Atlanta, and he was allowed by Mrs. Buffy Walker, Mr. Moses Acosta, as well as Mr. Eugene Smith. They allowed him to put up some of his art on their buildings. So if you go by any of those places, the Curate Building, Ice House, Mr. Eugene Smith's places on South Side, you'll see some of my brother-in-law's art, because art is important. And I just want to thank Mr. Troy Anthony for coming to Dublin. Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you for those comments. Councilman Jones.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out and thank the staff for all the hard work that they do. Remind everyone that this is Memorial Day weekend. Remember that all gave some gave all. So we're talking about remembering those that died for our freedom and fight for our freedom and what have you. So let's remember them and their families in this time. Also, like remind everyone that on June the 6th, we're having another comedy show coming to Dublin at the theater. We'll have a Tootsie Roll contest. 6 and 9 boys will be here for a Tootsie Roll contest. So we got the tickets up so you can get those good knees and let's see. So let's come on out and let's have fun and have a good time. And everyone just have a good time. Also, this weekend is going to be the 10th annual Southside Reunion. It's 10 years. Hard to believe it's been 10 years since they started doing this for the community. But free food, bounce houses, water slides for the kids. So come on out all day and let's have a good time and enjoy ourselves. Councilman Colby, everyone said, let's be safe and let's just have a good time this weekend. Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you for that. Councilman Brown.
No further comment, just to echo what everybody said. Enjoy your weekend.
All right. Mr. Powell, our city manager.
Just want to remind everybody, we've got it out on Facebook, but we will be having a movie night at Pritchett Park. It's going to be the first of many events that we're planning in our parks. And since the council's invested so much money in renovating that park and it looks great, we want to bring people to it. So tomorrow, Friday, May 22nd, 5:30 p.m., Pritchett Park. We will have a movie night there in the park. There'll be concessions will be provided, and so please come bring a kid and watch the movie. I will almost pronounce it right, so I'm not going to say the movie, but it's a Disney movie that's out. I do want to say too, we did unfortunately start yesterday off bad with a vehicle accident that happened out here in front of City Hall. It turned out to be a fatality. And our hearts and prayers go with both the family of the deceased as well as the other driver and their family. But I just want to say that I really appreciate the response of the city staff and the community and the people that were in the surrounding vehicles. And then the police and fire department, of course, for the quick response to go and render aid. We had folks here from City Hall run out and just totally engage and try to help do what they could to help with that situation. So thank you for that. And then, as Councilman Jones mentioned, we've permitted for the Southside community to have the event at Oconee Gym and Roscoe Briar Field. So please come to that and celebrate their 10 years of celebrating. And then also we did end yesterday on a positive note, hanging the flag out in front of City Hall. So thanks to the fire department for making that vision come true. So. All
right, terrific. Yeah, you may have noticed the flag in front of City Hall. It is this morning we did a proclamation for Dublin's participation in the America 250 celebration. This is a celebration of America's 250th anniversary from the Declaration of Independence in 1776. We are proudly and boldly displaying the flag as a symbol of our love of our country. And our community is participating in this celebration, and it began today with this proclamation right before Memorial Day, and it will continue through at least through July 4th. We will have an Independence Day celebration, and I'm very thankful to our fire department and our city staff who worked to get that flag up, and just to show this community how much we love our country and how much our community cares about the ideals of our nation, which is liberty and opportunity, the pursuit of happiness, self-governance, all those things that make our nation great, and that I think that we display well in our little town.
And we have a selfie station so people can come and take pictures.
That's right. And I also want to thank, I believe Visit Dublin and Renee Cook put up a selfie station in front of City Hall. So if you want to have your picture taken in front of that flag, you can just come on up here and put the phone in the selfie station and stand in front of the flag, and you can get a photograph. That'll be a great memento for America 250 celebration. Thank you all for coming. Y'all have a great and safe weekend. Thank you.